which we studied in O-levels. Self under self, a pile of selves I stand, threaded on time. We are not the same people we were yesterday, and we may never become the future selves that we envision. All we have is the present moment. So let's cherish each moment and make each self count. Thank you.
Make sure you leave your mark. Positive impact wherever you go. Establish yourself. This was the sole piece of advice my parents gave me before I was about to take on the cliché challenge of every child you see in the movies, his first day at a new school. That was my objective before I was ready to embark on what would be an 11-year journey. A journey I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. My heart palpitating, sweat trickling down my back, I clenched the bat as forcefully as I could as I walk up to the pitch, ready to face my first ball. 1,000 thoughts rushed through my head, the most prominent one being, Hasan, you are representing 3G2. This is your moment to leave your mark. After being bowled out for ducks on many occasions, after taking some match-winning catches, I stand before you today, 11 years later, representing the school as head boy. A position few are privileged to have. But through the years, I realized it wasn't really me who left a mark on this establishment. Rather, it was Karachi Grammar School, which has permanently engraved itself into my heart and every other grammarian. Dear Honorable Chief Guest Mr. Feroz Rasool, Principal Mr. Wrigley, the teachers and fellow grammarians, thank you for joining us today to celebrate Karachi Grammar School's academic and extracurricular achievements. Well, life here for me started off in the junior campus. The school evoked the most poignant of emotions by the smallest of things. Just simply knowing that I would be using a pen instead of a pencil would create a burst of euphoria. Simple games such as playing catch across the field created many friendships and eternal rivalries. Group projects were the outlet school gave us to enjoy a day with our friends, and bad marks gave each other a shoulder to cry on. I clearly remember being sent to Mrs. Rahman's office for talking too much in class. Whether it was joy, sadness, or jubilance, the junior school set the foundation for the years ahead. 7th grade was at our doorstep in a flash. The clay field now lush green, the red bricks now coveted with sandy brown. It was this campus, rich in history and tradition, which molded our characters. Those simple games of catch were now intense matches between houses, where rivalries were intensified. New opportunities to explore one's talent arose with debates, elocutions, and play auditions on offer. Above all, coming out of the bubble, which was our junior section classes, we were now exposed to so many more wonderful personalities. Surprisingly, we learned that even teachers are humans, and along with new students, we even made friends in the form of teachers. Along came college section, preparation to face our eternal nemesis, the CIE papers. Along with the race for gowns was the main agenda of the day. Despite the heated competitions, it was here that friendships were given the seal of lifelong, or memories in the corridors of KGS were created for the last time. Look at how time flies. From looking in awe at vivid red gowns to wearing my own. From hearing bizarre terms like M1 and ATP to finally finishing those exams once and for all. We've enjoyed watching a cricket match together in this very room to trembling with fear for our results. Truth is, I wouldn't change a thing. Within my last 2 years, I was lucky enough to go through some marvelous memories. The Harvard MUN China trip will be etched forever in my memory. Thank you, Mrs. Mehboob, for accompanying us to China. The Winchester Symposium was a week where every day was a new adventure. Every day there was a new experience imprinted in my mind. Thank you, Mr. Wrigley, Mrs. Mujahid, Mrs. Coelho, and Mrs. Zaberi for being the best teachers to ask for on a trip. A thanks to all the teachers for their guidance, support, and simple toleration of our never-ending misbehavior. Thank you, Ms. Athiya, for being one of the most motivating teachers in my life. Each and every economics class with you, along with the trip to Malaysia, was honestly a pleasure. A thank you to the humble guards at the school gate, who used to look at our sleepy faces at 7:15 a.m. in the morning, and then with a cute, "Jeete raho beta," comment convinced us that we will somehow make it out alive. Or the office staff who saved us from the wrath of the dreaded university deadlines. To the prefects, a huge thank you to each and every one of you for making me the leader I am today. The excitement to wear our red and black gowns for the first time was clearly shown to me when I woke up to the 1,000 messages on our WhatsApp group the next morning. A special thanks to the Maroon 4 family, Zara, Arkham and Mariam. It was a lot of fun taking heads pictures in 20 different poses. To Napier, the house which gave me the competitive drive to beat the others. The house which gave me so much joy when it was announced victorious. The house which gave me a sense of belonging in a monumental school. Gave me the identity of a Napierite. I had never felt more proud when in 9th grade as house captain, we won Sports Day and the Speech Day Cockhouse Trophy. I'm truly grateful to Mrs. Sabina Arsalan for having constant faith in me. Thank you, Mr. Aurangzeb, for making sure I had faith in myself as an actor and performed to the best of my ability. We were fortunate to have amazing teachers. We learned much more from you other than lessons. But of course, I'll miss my friends the most. All of the great memories I have are great because the people that were there to share those moments with me. Field trips, play practices, inter-house cricket matches, sleepovers, late night sessions. I cherished each and every moment of my school life. So first, thank you to my lads, Azman, Alam, Ali Zain, Murti, Rafi and Kaleem. It's been a pleasure. Aleha, for being one of the most supportive friends anyone could ask for. We've known each other since more than a decade, and it is an honor to call you a best friend. Thank you to the Valika family, Aisha auntie and Abbas uncle, for genuinely caring for my well-being throughout. It's truly been an honor to have you as my second parents. Lads, I will never forget those walks through the middle school corridors, those insane moments where we used to fall on the floor from laughing so hard. To Amin, spending 12 hours with you nearly every day clearly means something. And now, the most important people in my life. Thank you, Amma, for hardly getting a wink of sleep and waking up earlier than me to go through the painstaking process of dragging me out of bed every morning, despite my constantly asking for 2 minutes more of sleep. You taught me how to be a fighter. You taught me how to keep climbing the stairs to success. And it is because of you, I have the privilege to stand up here and make a speech in front of the best students and the best teachers of the nation. I still remember how much you cried when I was admitted to KGS in 3rd grade. Back then, I was clueless as to why you were crying. But now when I wear the red gown and graduate happily, I do realize that those were tears of happiness that I became a grammarian. Your smile towards my achievements has been my daily dose of happiness. Your shoulder has forever been there when I need to vent out. Not only have you pushed yourself to provide the best for me, but you have pushed me to realize that even though I can never repay you, I will try my level best working hard to keep that smile. Thank you, Abba, for videoing all my sports days, speech days, concerts, plays. The only reason I think twice before showing others the videos you have made is because 95% of the time the camera just rotates around me and people at a radius of 2 meters away from me. I wouldn't have been able to survive school without our 1-minute conversations in the car on the way to school every day. My sister Mahnur, we still fight for the front seat to school every day. It's been happening for years, and I'm surprised how we are still not sick and tired of it. Thank you for hugging me after every play ended, after every elocution was won, and especially after I was announced head boy. Finally, after most memories have been recollected and recalled, and all thank yous done, before I leave this stage for the last time, I would like to make the most special mention to an individual who has been tremendously integral to KGS. Perhaps without who college section would not reach the high standard it has now in terms of university admissions, promotion of extracurriculars, quality of teaching, and most importantly, the highly motivated office and domestic staff. Thank you, Mrs. Mujahid. It is truly sad to find out this for the last year at KGS. So class of 2015, here we are at last. Whether we just joined the school or have been there since the beginning, today we graduate under the roof of this school as one. This auditorium has been home to us. It has hosted our talents in the form of plays and elocutions and finished our nails while writing our exams. It is in this place where we all came together. So what better place than here to say a few last words? Truth be told, KGS has been a safety net for us. Without it, we wouldn't be getting the top-notch preparation to take abroad with us. We wouldn't have been taught the values which would make us better people in today's world. We wouldn't be so well equipped to take on life's challenges. And above all, we wouldn't have the same relationships with others which we hold so dear. We have not always been on the same page, but the common denominator in our all student lives is this school. So we owe it to the school to walk out with our heads held high and truly reflect upon the world. How KGS has produced one of the most intellectual, hardworking, enduring, and talented group of people. As this speech draws to a close and I walk out the doors, I proudly walk out with privilege to be called a grammarian. A privilege all of us have been given, and one we will definitely make the most of by leaving our mark. In fact, the school's mark on the world. Thank you.
Our principal, Mr. Wrigley, will now present a memento of this